Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. I'm Legend Ronnie and today I'm going to do a KvK to update so you can understand what happened, what went wrong, so you can also see our tactic, our plan, our everything that we were trying to do, so you can have a full understanding of what just happened in this KvK. Before I'm going to go further, I do have to say congratulations to Kingdom 38, 2338 for the win. There was really nice coordination from them, and they have a massive activity, massive activity, a lot more activity than I would have anticipated, to put it like that. I believe that they've done a very nice migration, exactly like some of the Imperium kingdoms are doing right now, like deleting all their siege, filling their hospital, and trying to get as many people in as possible before they reach Imperium. I would presume that's what they've done, because they had a hyperactivity. That's a Season of Conquest Imperium activity, not a KvK2 Imperium activity. They never had a downtime. So obviously they had allies, they had 41, 45 and 42. So that's the 4 winning kingdoms in this KvK. Now going further on the strategy, on what happened, what went wrong, what was our plan, and all the stuff that we wanted to do. First of all, the main fight happened in culture. One thing I knew for sure, I knew 100% sure that's what's going to happen, is 42 is going to break out. So exactly what you see right here is exactly what was going to happen if we weren't trying to defend against 42. Now, I already had the plan in motion for this, so that's exactly what I'm going to show you. I knew it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when they were gonna try to push out. You also need to understand another part. I'm not in leadership and I'm not in diplomacy either. So whatever happened in diplomacy, whatever is happening in the leadership, I don't have part of it. I was just asked what I would do if I can do a plan for culture. So I've done the plan, and that's exactly what I'm gonna show you right now. And they approved it. They said, okay, we're going with your plan. And I said, okay. That's cool. So this is the zoomed out plan. I'm also going to show you the zoomed in plan so you can understand that I gave specific coordinations with X and Y where exactly the fortresses need to be placed. I checked myself the places before I gave them the coordinates. So as you notice in this picture, it was supposed to be an 8 fortresses defense, and I've done it about 30-35% of the distance, so somewhere where they cannot reach with flags, so that way the fortresses would be built. Now you're noticing that there is 3 yellow lines, which means that 37 was supposed to drop at least 3 forts, and they were supposed to drop 1 more fort at the level 6 pass, which they didn't. So 37 didn't drop any of the forts. The only 3 fortresses that were done was from the 29, and a 4th fortress from 29 was dropped by 29 MI, but there was a couple of hours later, and 41 was already building a fortress there, so they built that fortress before 29 MI built their fortress. So it was pretty much being destroyed, the fortress, because it was very late. They were supposed to drop that fortress from the beginning of the pass opening. And then another mistake that 29 MI done is that they didn't build this way. You see the green lines, they were supposed to cover this right side, which if I'm taking this picture off, you're seeing that there is an RI-38 fortress there. That was exactly my thinking, that they will cover all that side in case there will be any force drops, and they will also connect with their fortress in the future. It was a really nice idea, and they would have reached the RI-38 fortress to destroy it in time, but the 29 MI, they built towards the circle, and they just stopped there. And then from another line further down, they started building right, and I guess they ran out of resources or they got bored because they stopped building at some point. I don't know which one was it. So they were stopped before the RI-38 fortress, and you already see some inactive flags over here. If I zoom in, they still have these inactive flags because that's exactly where they stopped. They stopped around this circle, and then they built a little bit more on the right, and that was it. So that was a big issue for us that it didn't do. But again, I just done the drawing, I just done the plan. How much was executed? 29 IC done their job, and the other fortresses, they were pretty much done correctly. So I would say that about 70% of the plan was respected by the 29, and almost 0 was respected by the 37, because the only thing they've done was just flagging. That's what 37 done, but they didn't drop any of the fortresses. Now, to make you understand even more this plan, I'm gonna show you the detailed and zoomed in picture. So this is the plan for the 37 with the coordinates. So the whole purpose for these fortresses was to stop them from flagging down, because it's exactly like I was explaining. 42 will break out. I knew it. That was not something that I would have said, oh no, they will not push out. I knew they were going to push out. They will find a way, relocate a fortress or something. So we needed something in the front line to hold. So that is exactly why this plan, this line of fortresses, and I'm going to explain the river part as well, because you're probably going to wonder, well, they could have just crossed from that side, but I'm going to explain that one as well. So 37 was just supposed to drop 3 forts and stop them from flagging, so we can all the time take care of 42, or whenever 42 is breaking out, to just go and push them back and then just resume here, because we have the fortresses. It takes almost a day for a fortress to burn. You know, it's common sense. This is the strategy that everyone is using right now, even in Season of Conquest. So this was the first 3 fortresses, which none of them were dropped at the locations that I specified. 1 fortress was dropped from 37, but it was way off the course. So 38, they just built next to it. Going on to the next one is the IC-29, TO-29, and 29 OS. So these 3 fortresses were built, and this is where I'm going to explain the part about the river. This is the passes. This is the river passes. So this is the reason why these 2 fortresses were dropped here, because there was plenty of territory on the south, and when you want to push, it is the river, or if they want to push, they have the river. So if they want to push left to just cross the river from any other points, they would just need to use these crossings. 38 would have had to use these crossings. And for that reason, I also believe that 38 dropped 2 dummy fortresses, not that someone shared them our plan, but they just dropped 2 dummy fortresses which they didn't build where the 29 OS fortress was supposed to be. There were 2 dummy fortresses which they never built. So the 29 OS fortress was supposed to, they dropped it further south. I don't think it was that big of a deal, but still they would have gained very easy access from that, because it was not a fortress, it was just flags. So I'm guessing that was a nice plan of just blocking us from dropping force there. So these 3 fortresses were successfully built, and then if I go to the right side is the MI-29 fortress, which was dropped like, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours after. And then it was supposed to be 29 or 37, but I was expecting 37 to do it, since they only had 3 fortresses. That would have been their 4th fortress. And again, the locations have been checked just to make sure they can't flag over it. And if they would have wanted to cross the river, is like I explained previously, they would have to use one of the crossings. It's same on this side. If they want to jump the river, they would have to go around all their marchers. And there would have been all our cities there, everyone there. So pretty much almost impossible to try to burn a flag over the river. You need to have a hyperactivity for that, which they did. But before we started the war, we didn't know that. So this was the whole idea, the whole point about dropping the fortresses, so we can hold the front line and then take care of 42 as much as we wanted. But unfortunately, it was not respected. That's why even during the live stream, you always saw me fighting 42, and why not fight 38? First of all, we were not pushing on 38, we were just holding, right? So every time we were making a border ball, we were just going on the left side and helping 37, because 37 was burning. When we were not there, 37 was burning. So until our fortresses got built, all we were doing was just making mortar balls and helping 37. After that, 38 moved on our side, and some R4 from 37, they just deleted like 30 flags. That's during the live stream, it's over there. They deleted like 30 flags, so 42 just, broke out big time. So I just sent everyone there. I mean, I told everyone to go there, but people were still defending culture. So we're pretty much playing in 2 places and doing nothing. But in the end, I don't know, after 8-9 hours, people understand, and I said just abandon culture and let's just lock in 42, and then we just go back to culture if there is anything to go back to. But what's the point of defending in one place, losing in another, we were kind of losing in culture as well, to be honest, because they were kind of burning our flags and they would keep gaining territory, and we were pretty much not doing anything. And I said, locked in 42. This was the strategy from the start. And then we will see what we will do about culture. Now, the other problem that also wasn't respected is that I said that we need 4 kingdoms in culture and we need 4 kingdoms in Okuri, right? Because we had Mecca, and with Mecca, we were able to build fortresses and aid our allies, and our allies could have built fortresses and come aid us. So whichever side is the most crucial, we would have had that, which kind of didn't happen. It happened yesterday. We had 4 kingdoms in Okuri, but it was kind of late because 38 already had a big foothold over here in Okuri, and same did 41. So it was a little bit too late. The fortresses are burning and everything is going down. I had a lot of fun. I didn't fought and I didn't log in the past 2 days because I was out of resources. Again, GG to Kingdom 38. It was an amazing move, an amazing strategy, but I just want you all to have an idea of what was the plan, what went wrong and what we wanted to do and what we actually done. A good fight nonetheless. This is your boy Geroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there, my friends.